morning, friends, and welcome back. We are having a very chill, cozy spring Saturday. I just had some breakfast, which were frozen waffles, because I simply didn't want to make real waffles, but the frozen ones are actually pretty good. They are the Simple Truth brand, like the protein vanilla waffles or something. They're actually pretty good. Also, I just experienced my very first earthquake. I live in East Tennessee and we don't get earthquakes like ever. I think, at least in my area, in the city that I'm in, because I've been here for 3 years now and I've never experienced it. Even back in my hometown, which is a couple states away, never experienced it. And I was upstairs like an hour ago, just getting ready, and all of a sudden there was like a jolt, like a very strong, like the house just shook out of nowhere, and it was really loud. But we live next to a train track, kind of. I mean, it's like half a mile away, but sometimes when the train comes, it doesn't shake, but the house like vibrates, and it's kind of loud. So I was like, oh, maybe it's the train, but it didn't feel like the train. And Teddy was downstairs, and I was like, well, if Teddy's concerned, like, he'll come up and get me. And he never did. So I was like, guess it was the train. But no, it was not the train. It was a 4.1 magnitude earthquake. And it was really fast, so I wasn't scared, but I was really confused. And then I just didn't really think about it again. I was like, well, whatever. Which is probably not the way to approach it. I think if your house shakes like that, you should probably be concerned and you should investigate. I did not. So I found out from the news. Teddy, I guess, researched it, and he was like, yeah, that was a whole earthquake. So yay me for experiencing my first earthquake. Anywho, we are going to get dressed. I think I want to wear a like springy outfit, but I also can't because the high is only 72 today, which I think is cold, and it's may or may not rain. I think I'm still going to wear a dress. I have this kind of like long white dress that I got from a thrift store for like $25. It was awesome. And maybe a cardigan or like my black faux leather jacket. We're gonna try it on together. And then after that, we are probably gonna go to a greenhouse. There's this wonderful greenhouse called Stanley's Greenhouse. And it's a very nostalgic place for me now because when I first moved here, I lived about 5 minutes away from this greenhouse and I would go there all the time. And this was in the era that I was like trying to buy like fruit plants, like strawberries and whatnot, because I was like, I'm gonna be a little homegrown fruit lady. I'm gonna grow my own fruit, and that didn't work out. I think I grew 3 strawberries, and then they all got eaten by birds. So we're not gonna do that again. But going to the greenhouse just genuinely makes me happy. I really, really love being around plants, and I love this place. It's absolutely ginormous. You'll be able to see it. But it's just a place that brings me joy. And today is all about doing things that bring me joy, because what else are you going to do on a Saturday? After our greenhouse visit, we are probably going to the park. My favorite place. You've been there lots of times with me. It's a botanical garden. And I think I'm going to bring some blankets, and we're going to do kind of a picnic style and read and chat about some books that I'm currently reading and have some thoughts about, and probably some life updates, because there's been some pretty big things happening that I have not updated y'all on, so we gotta do that. We'll probably stop and get an overpriced coffee to go with it, because I haven't had coffee today. No caffeine today at all, so yeah, that's our plan. Let's get to it. Alright, this is the dress in question. Thrifted, $20 or $25, wonderful price. And she's kind of long. I don't know how well you can see this, but she's like past my knees. So I think I'm gonna wear this. Let's find a cardigan or jacket. Okay, change of plans. I think the dress, I put it in the washing machine and I realized that was a mistake. And I think the like under slip of it is not where it's supposed to be. And my OCD will go crazy, so now I gotta pick a different outfit. Sorry about that. We're gonna circle back. Okay, we're gonna try black dress, green cardigan. Alright, we have an outfit ready to go. She's very springy and warm, which is exactly what we need today. I've got my books here. We have a self-help book about money and this other one that is getting a lot of attention this year. So we're going to take these to the park with us. So here's the thing. I have very mixed feelings about the current read that I have right here, which is called I Who Have Never Known Men. It's a dystopian book about this girl who wakes up, I think she's around 13 or 14 in the very beginning of the book. She wakes up in this cell/basement with 39 other women, most of whom are adults, and they're just locked together for years, and they're being fed by these guards, and they're like taken care of, but they don't really know why they're there or how it happened. And there's a lot of questions that have not been answered, and honestly I'm getting the feeling that they won't be answered because I am just a few chapters away from finishing the book, and maybe there's some big reveal at the end, but I kind of feel like there won't be. And I've been told that this is not really a plot-driven book, so that's why I feel this way, especially given that I'm almost finished with it and there's still just not a lot of answers. I don't know what the author is trying to say. Not that you ever really have to say anything as an author, like you can just write to write or just tell a story, but I feel like with a lot of the books that are not plot-driven, they're trying to get a point across. And for me right now, it seems to be more focused on like the relationships between women and like the will to survive despite all odds, you know, as human beings. I don't really know. It's definitely interesting, but I have a feeling that I'm gonna walk away with very few answers. But I do recommend. I do like it, and I think it's very interesting. It's a very interesting concept. But yeah, that's what I'm reading right now, and I'm about to finish it. The other book that I'm reading is a finance book. Boring. No, I'm just kidding. I actually like it. I like self-help books now. I'm a self-help booker, officially. What did I read? Oh, Atomic Habits, which was actually like a work book club with my colleagues. And I had already kind of read it before, but I ended up rereading it and really enjoyed it. And y'all know, I think I mentioned the other book that I've read. God, it's by Tori. Oh my god, I don't know. I'm gonna put a picture of it somewhere over here. That was a really good book that also further pushed me into the self-help realm, especially finances. I'm very interested in finances and like how to take care of myself because I want to retire and like live well and all that, and you really need to figure out your financial shit in order to do all of that. So I'm reading The Psychology of Money. I can't say much about it because I'm only 49 pages in, but I do like it. It has, if you've read Atomic Habits, it has the same vibe and the same approach where the author typically starts each chapter off with a story that is relevant to whatever the chapter is about. And I really like that because I do enjoy stories. You know, I mostly read creative writing, not really self-help, fact-based stuff, so I really enjoy that. So I'm going to finish this hopefully by the end of this month, because after I finish this one, and I Who Have Never Known Men, I am going to pick up a really fun book, hopefully. It's Emily Henry's new book. I think it's called Great Big Beautiful Life, or Great Beautiful Life, something like that. I don't know. But I did buy it the second it came to Barnes & Noble. And I plan to read that on our trip to Hawaii, which is happening in like 3 weeks, which is insane. I'm so excited about that. And there will be Hawaii vlogs, of course. Also, I'm sorry if y'all can't hear me very well. I think this mic that I have for my camera is honestly not that good. I'm having a really hard time finding good quality mics for a Canon M50. So if you know of any, please let me know. But, fun thing, I ordered a new camera, and it was a big investment. I ordered the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Geez, I really can't remember names today, but I ordered one of those, and I think it will come at the very end of this month or even early next month. And I bought it because I think it'll just make vlogging a lot easier, and I've done a lot of research on it, and the mic seems to work really well. And sound is so important for videos, and I obviously want you guys to be able to hear me and not be annoyed by like crappy sound. So I will make a whole video about that as well once it comes in. It was really expensive, but it's something that I've been wanting for like 6 months, so hopefully it's as good as I think it's gonna be. So those are 2 big life updates: going to Hawaii in 3 weeks, and ordered a new camera with hopefully better sound, better quality, and just hopefully make vlogging easier. But we also had another very big thing happen. It's been over 3 weeks now. We lost our cat Loafer. If you watched my previous YouTube videos, you know that he regularly made an appearance, and I talked about his cancer diagnosis, and I think the last video I did tell you guys about how we discontinued treatment. So we knew it was going to happen. I didn't quite think it was going to happen so fast. But yeah, it was really hard. It was really... do not recommend. It really was one of those things that I never thought was going to happen. Obviously, realistically, you know it is, right? Like, pets don't live forever, but I had him for almost 7 years. Actually, I think 2 days ago, according to my Snapchat memories, 2 days ago, 7 years ago, 2 days, 7 years ago, does that make sense? I adopted him. So he passed away just shy of like our 7-year adoption anniversary. And I grieved super hard, of course, the first week, and it's gotten better. Like, I'm proud of myself right now that I can even talk about this, and I've gotten a lot better at talking about it, especially the week that I knew we were going to have to say goodbye to him. I could not speak a word of Loafer, or else I would just collapse. But I think I've come to terms with it, and ultimately I know that he was not doing well. He was not healthy at all. He was probably in a lot of pain, and I would rather him not be here than be here and be in pain. So, yeah, that happened. That happened, and it sucked. And it still sucks a little bit, but we are adjusting, and I know we're gonna be fine. And I haven't considered getting another pet or anything yet, especially this year. We're traveling so much with Hawaii, and then in August going to Italy. There's just too much going on to even really think about it. So yeah, that's my final life update. Anywho, I have had a wonderful day today. I'm about to go home and sorry, there's a whole airplane. I'm about to go home and do some chores, and then Teddy and I are having a little date night, and we're gonna go have Thai food and go watch a movie in theaters, even though tickets are like $20 a piece now, which makes me really sad. But anyway, there's a man staring at me. See, this is the hard part about filming in public, and I try not to be shy and try not to give a damn, but I kind of do. But mostly because he was just like a guy who like knew that I was over here, and he made a point to like stop and stare. Anyway, hopefully I get home safe. If I don't, call for help. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!